So yesterday when I went through what I call my turn, God showed up for me. And I just wanted to share this message. And I'm straying away from the short form and pushing more towards something that's sustainable and people could digest and kind of like sit with. I'm not trying to build followers. We're trying to build people who are intentional, people who could follow and as well apply to their life. So therefore they could become disciples and pass it on to the ones that they come in contact with, be the light for their circle. So without further ado, let's get into this. And if you keep seeing me looking off camera, I'm reading my notes, my handy dandy notebook. So yesterday I prayed differently, not because I had all this peace, not because I understood what God was doing, and definitely not because I felt strong, because in that moment I felt weak. I felt like giving up. I prayed because I had nothing else to hold on to. That's the truth. And if I'm being real with you, my first reaction was in faith. It wasn't, thank you, Lord. It wasn't worship. It wasn't even confidence. It was questions like, why now? Or even this one, why me? Why is this happening when I'm trying to follow you? Why does it feel like everything hits all at once, which it felt like? To be honest with you, that's never my natural response. It's always to complain and have this why me mentality. And yes, a lot of believers struggle like me, but we make it through by the grace of God. We think following God means we'll instantly respond perfectly in hard seasons, but sometimes following God looks like crying, frustration, confused, and still choosing to pray anyways to see what God does. He got me through the last situation, so I know he could definitely get me through this one, but I just don't know how. Well, anyways, that's what happened to me. I prayed over my wife. I prayed over my situation, prayed even through my mind when it was racing, prayed even when I didn't fully understand what God was doing behind the scenes. And I realized something. Faith isn't always feeling confident. Sometimes faith is saying, God, I don't understand this all, but I'm still bringing it to you. That's real faith. And anyone could give God praise when it's easy. Anyone could worship when their bills are paid, the marriage feels perfect, and the doors are opening, and the pressure is low. But when life gets heavy, when your mind is tired, when you feel stretched thin as a husband, as a leader, as a person, that's when your faith get tested for real. And I wish I could tell you breakthrough came immediately so you could be like, all right, I got this. But it didn't. I had to go sleep, wake up, and then I felt the breakthrough. But I was guided through the situation. And why I got on here to share is because I feel like this is the part that people don't talk about enough. So while it's fresh on me, I'm going to pass it on. Sometimes you pray and then you wait. And waiting can mess with your mind because you start wondering if God heard you. You start wondering if anything is even changing. You start wondering if your prayers are just hitting the ceiling and bouncing back. But breakthrough came. Not instantly, not the way I expected, but it came. And looking back now, I thank God. And I think he was definitely doing something deeper than just fixing my situation. He was stretching me, growing me. In this moment, I got dependence. Dependent on him and him alone. Not running to friends and family with my situation and my problems and asking them to fix it. Sometimes they just listen, and there's absolutely nothing they can do but say, hey, I'll pray for you. So I ran to the sustainer, the provider, the comforter, the all of the above. Now hear me clearly. God is not intimidated by your frustration. He's not scared of your questions. He's not shocked by your emotions. He already knows what's in your heart. What matters is where you take those emotions to, which is him. Do you run from him or do you bring it to him? And yesterday I made the decision to bring everything to him. The fear, the anger, the confusion, the pressure, the uncertainty, all of it. And after I did, somewhere in the middle of all of that, the surrender, the peace just came to me. Well, actually fell upon me. And I felt him saying, let go. I got this. And it wasn't suddenly because he started answering me. He still wasn't, but he was guiding me. I followed the nudging. I followed the keys, the promptings. And that's how I made it through yet another battle. And here standing before you, sharing it. You don't have to understand everything. Trust God. You don't have to have the perfect faith either. Pray. You don't have to feel strong. Just surrender. Just keep bringing every and anything to him. Because sometimes the breakthrough doesn't start when the situation changes. The breakthrough starts the moment you stop trying to carry everything on your own. So there you have it. Short, sweet, straight to the point. And I just wanted to share this message because I felt it was so much to learn from it. I went from motivating, posting videos, feeling like on top of the world. Like, man, this is all you got to do when you're going through your situation. And then not knowing that same advice I was given, I would have to run through it myself. And it's like I could hear my thoughts saying, you just told everybody to do this. Now let's see how you do. Your turn to take the test, if you might say, the pop quiz. And you don't want to hear that when you're going through it. You're like, man, I ain't even trying to hear that, blah, blah. Ah, Lord, why me? And you see me, I'm sharing, and you're not saying this out loud, but you feel it in your spirit. Your spirit grabs onto that, and it's like, I'm showing up. I'm being that disciple. I'm sharing your word. Even when I'm rolling out of the bed, sometimes I'm like, I'm tired. I don't know. But I get in here and I get to record and sharing his word. But you gonna allow me to go through this? Oh, no. But man, God is so good, and I just had to share it. And I just want to be more intentional. I want to do it from a heart posture of sharing and applying this in my daily life, but most importantly, passing it on to the next young person trying to get through life in their 30s, early 20s, even younger than that. If you're a man trying to understand life and how to lead your family, how to be that representation of Christ everywhere you go, how to show up and be that light, this will all work for that as well, because we need more people showing up, stepping up to the call in and being like, hey, Lord, I'm going to answer. I'm going to pick up my cross. I'm coming on home. But now I'm getting to rambling. Love y'all. Like my daughter always say, peace and love. I think I'm going to just go ahead and apply that and steal that one from her. Peace and love. That's all we can ask for, is more love and more peace passed on throughout this world, and make it be more contagious. Until next time, next sermon, peace and love.